Okay, here is an update on day one of my working with the Louise Hay tapes. I did exactly what she suggested last night, and when I got into bed and I was nice and relaxed, I put it on and I kind of took the computer onto the bed with me and just left it next to me, and I let it play and I listened to her soothing voice and I went into the meditative state. And it took quite a while, but I ultimately did fall asleep on it. And then I found that I had left it on, so I had other things of hers playing and replaying probably for, I would say, possibly a couple of hours last night. And I must say, I really felt good. I felt very relaxed. I felt very at peace. I was very in tune to all of the things that we unwittingly do, or at least I do, that I don't even think about, but I do it all the time. And I find myself, I'm catching myself today as negative thoughts go by, one after the other, not about myself and how I feel about myself and all of that. I was having some aggravation with a deal that I was working on, and I found myself getting really uptight, and I can't do that right now. I have to stay as relaxed as I can be. Business I'm in, unfortunately, is a stressful business, so it's not always easy to stay totally relaxed. In any case, this morning I put my coconut oil on my leg. I rubbed it on my whole leg. Now the mass is large. It looks a tiny bit larger to me, but I was not in pain today. I was able to get around today. I felt a lot better. I was doing really well until this thing with work started, and I started to have these problems. And once again, as I say, all these negative thoughts were creeping into my head. You know, the scenarios we play out for ourselves. We all have dialogues that we run. And every time I caught myself in one, I said, stop it. Stop it. And I forced myself to go back to the more positive. But it's definitely going to take time, because there's a lot of negative role play that we do with ourselves on a daily basis that I'm sure we just don't think about. I want to get back into that place tonight because it really, really felt good. Today is the first time in I don't know how long that I truly felt better. Now, is it the start of something? Could it continue this way if I don't let my stomach get into knots about other things? Possibly. Also was paying some bills today, so I was really stressed about money. And that's another thing that comes into it, especially when you're not feeling well and you know you don't have the capability of doing what you typically do. So there is that. I'm liking this so far. I really am. I would love to know if any of you have tried it, if any of you have run it and listened to it and tried to meditate, because I have a feeling that it's going to be really worthwhile. So this is a path I definitely want to continue on. And I have to tell you, I realize so many things that have upset me about relationships and feelings about myself. And when you run a dialogue about somebody else and how they might have loved you at one point and then not loved you, and you start playing that out, it's exactly what she was talking about you feeling not good enough to love, not good enough to be loved. Stuff that went wrong when I was a child, and some of the feelings when my uncle died, the feeling of abandonment, once again, I wasn't worthy, so he left. Understanding full well, if one is to rationalize it, that that's nowhere near the truth, but it doesn't matter, because as we internalize it, it becomes our truth. So I see where a lot of those negative thoughts about myself really have made a difference, and they play into everything else. So I have a feeling I'm really going to enjoy this journey. Let's see. And if any of you are actually doing this, let me know how it felt for you, and if you felt you got anything out of it. I'm definitely going to continue doing this, and I will bring you up to date about how I feel about it, and we'll take it from there. I've been trying all day, by the way, to load a video I did days and days ago, and unfortunately it's in the cloud and I can't seem to get it back. I want to corral it. I want to reel it in. I found it interesting, by the way, her imagery about taking those things that, you know, become like a dark cloud, and that, imagine you have a string to it, and just let it go and watch the dark cloud going. That was imagery I really could relate to, and I could see myself doing it. It felt wonderful. So just sharing some of my initial feelings about this with you. I'm going to show you very quickly the makeup today, and I have been going back to my skincare, so that's a plus. And what I did today was I did my, where is it? I did my tinted moisturizer, my Laura Mercier, and sadly it's running down and I'm going to have to replace this soon. I was hoping not to have to replace too much too quickly, but this will have to be replaced. And I also used just a little bit of this Miraness Flawless Revolution, which is the 3-in-1. It is the moisturizer, it is a primer, a corrector, and foundation. So I did that, and again, I'm still using, loving, and getting the biggest kick out of the fact that I can do so much with this little thing I got from from this year's train case. That inexpensive little thing I bought at Christmas time at Ulta. I used my Ciate mascara today. I had come across it again when I was trying to organize all of my stuff. This is the Wonder Wand, and I love it. And of course, I made the discovery that I should have known. You can't save these things to try to use it when it's important, and use the less expensive ones every day, because they dry out. So I'm still using it, but it's getting closer to dry out. So I'm going to have to, at some point, replace that as well. The lipstick today, I haven't used this one in a while, and this is that Miraness. This is the one that I told you, for me, has the stupidest delivery system, in that instead of pushing this thing up, you pull it down, and if you pull it down halfway, it just pushes in sometimes. Has a nice fragrance, and it automatically does that gradient for you. And I just added a tiny bit of my Laura Geller Love Me Do right in the middle for a little bit of a highlight, and the rest of it just like that. And the rest of it is really very, very simple. I just washed my hair. My hair is getting so crazy long. Look at this. I really desperately need a haircut. So I have to get to that also, hopefully before I wind up in the hospital, but maybe before the treatment starts, I'll try to do that for myself. For the eyebrows today, I did my Anastasia Brow Wiz, and that's in medium brown. And everything was easy, worked well, and I'm happy with it. So I have no complaints about that. And as I say, as soon as I can get that other video as soon as I can retrieve it from the cloud, I'll put it out there. So take care. Have a great day. Keep your fingers and toes crossed for me, and wish me luck tomorrow when I go meet Bob. So I will talk to you after that, and I'm praying to have another good night. I am definitely going to do that meditation. I'm going to listen to her entire audio, which is an hour and something, but absolutely worth my time. I really know that in order to get my body well, I have to have my soul, and I have to have my head in a good place. So I'm working on it. I really am. I hope you're having a good day, and I'll be back. Take care.